and welcome on back to Baseless Claims, our casual conversational comedy podcast. My name is Tay, clairvoyant.
My name is Tori, the moviegoer's mistake Thompson.
My name is Tyler. Rising inflation means you got to get creative. Matheson.
Wow, this is a great time to address that my fucking upstairs neighbors are moving out. So if you hear loud hammers or sort of power tools,
they are fucking.
Oh, dude, don't.
That would explain all the power tools.
If that's what their fucking sounds like, I am an emasculated boy right now.
Yeah, you should be.
Because he's quite literally hammering her.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like
dangerous.
It doesn't sound like it's going to be a safe thing, which, could be hot or could be
incredibly
maybe he's
hot.
Clubbing her like a baby seal with his big ding dong. But
I'll be honest.
Don't say that.
That's
fucked up.
You hear that and you picture violence and baby seal clubbing and something that emasculates you. what I see is beauty and stinkiness. That they are they're doing a beautiful stinky mess right above you right now.
Yeah,
Tori.
you know what? It does track that sex that raucous is going to have a certain funk to it because stinky sex doesn't mean bad sex. And in fact, it probably means good sex. It is stinky sex because parts of your body are being sort of overturned. You know, like there's probably going to be a prolapse anus at some point in their lovemaking session. But I just wanted to address that there's going to be noises because we're certainly not going to be able to get rid of all of them. So, sorry.
Actually, it's a fun drinking game that we've just introduced to our audience. Every time Tori's like upstairs neighbors hammers the floor, take a shot.
Every time you hear them using any kind of lovemaking you would describe as stinky, take a shot.
Take a shot. Love that. Love that. Now, I have a sort of love for
men.
Got him.
That's woo. You are so fucking stupid. You walked right into that.
All right, I'm a big stupid idiot. You got me. That was great, and I love the energy that brought to the show. I feel rejuvenated now. I feel good. Because and it's, believe me, it's hard to feel good after what I did. So I thought I was going to do something funny, which was go to the movies and pay real money to sit in a theater and watch a little documentary called Alex's War. Now, this is a documentary about...
No, say which Alex, Tori.
Yeah, it's a documentary about the controversial media personality Alex Jones, host of Infowars.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
I thought this was going to be something like this young kid's war with cancer his whole life. Not
Boy,
Alex
do I
fucking
wish.
Jones.
No, it's in fact much worse.
It was a cancer of some kind, but it wasn't a heartwarming story that made you feel good at the end. This documentary, what is wrong with me? Why can I not pull myself away from like having to watch alt-right content just to like understand what the fuck they're doing? Why can I not just let it go and be a happy person?
That's what I don't get is that like you will not watch like Tim Heidecker or Nathan Fielder because you're like, it makes me uncomfortable. But then you're like, I will deep dive on Tucker Carlson for 6 hours. And
that's
it's like,
okay. That's different though. That's different. It's not
true.
It's not preying on this like social anxiety demon that's inside of me.
And it's like Nathan Fielder and all that kind of cringe humor shit is like intentionally cringe, whereas like Tucker Carlson is cringe because he thinks this unironically.
Yeah, it's like you're a fucking psycho. So this documentary claimed to be a no holds barred 360 view of the real man behind the controversial media personality. What
was the rating, Tori? What was the rating of the movie?
It was like 5 stars on IMDb or something.
No. I mean, like PG-13.
I don't fucking know. I didn't check
audience?
the rating before I saw Alex's War, Tyler.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, maybe you should have.
I would imagine it's PG, maybe PG-13. There wasn't really like a lot of swearing or stuff, but it's certainly touching on topics that aren't family friendly.
Well, what I'm wondering is, Was there nudity?
You don't see Alex's dong, but you do in the first 10 minutes. Alex takes his shirt off.
Wow.
Nice.
Man, they hit their bases right off the fucking bat.
And let me tell you, Alex Jones is an absolute like pustule of a man. Dude is so fucking fat now.
Yeah, yeah.
He's just waddling around, groaning, struggling to breathe. He has zero his head's just a big ass fucking ball, and he has no chin if he didn't grow out that beard and decide I have to trim it at some point. That's my jawline.
I do.
There's no bone structure defining his jawline.
It's all just how you cut hair creatively on the body is how you create Alex Jones. It's more of a it's more of like a create your own like chia pet of sorts.
I do love those pictures on his website where it's like before taking my supplement, he's just like a normal dude, and then after taking my supplement, he's just like a little bit more red skinned.
He's just a little redder. This was, if you're doing a documentary, right? It's inherently a journalistic endeavor to some degree, right?
Yes. Yeah, this one is egregious.
Hey, I'm podcasting here, huh? So normally a documentary would, if it's meant to show the person behind this bigger personality, it's going to show a lot of different sides, right? It's going to show his friends as well as his enemies. It's going to show people who are indifferent as well as people who are critical. It's going to show all these different sides and bring them all together and show you, here's what it is, make your own decision or whatever. This was a 2-hour and 15-minute puff piece that Alex Jones basically made himself.
Self-produced
he
propaganda.
definitely okayed everything in the film. Not a chance he didn't. It was hard to watch. It didn't teach you anything at all. It was just a 2 hours and 15 minutes of random clips of Alex throughout his entire
Talk
career.
about the man to follow the truth.
It's him back when he was like the young kind of quirky fun Austin dude where it's like he's crazy but he's harmless, all the way to him marching on January 6th and everything. But I'll tell you the most disgusting thing is that in this movie it has a big segment of it that's dedicated to him wanting you to sympathize with how apologetic he's been for the things he said about Sandy Hook, which if you don't know, he said that the Sandy Hook tragedy, the shooting at the school, was fake. He said it was a false flag and that no children actually died. Everyone who's crying is a crisis actor. They're all just pretending to try and take your guns. That's what he said. He is currently being sued by all of the Sandy Hook families who lost children, and his trial in court is going on right now. And they released this as a way to make him a sympathetic, like, oh, I said sorry. And it's a fucking vile thing. He's a blood blister of a man. And I think we should all get to whack him with a stick.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, the man has to pay for his legal bills somehow. So why not like a 2-hour puff piece that all of his dedicated fans will go see and give him more money? But
it's not a wide release. This thing, like Tori saw this with
me.
Tori saw this in a theater with at max 10 other people, 10 to 15.
Even. There was like 4 people sitting in front of us, and me and my buddy Lucas were there. Like, how funny would it be if we go see the Alex Jones documentary? And they were like, "Hey guys, we should really go see the Alex Jones documentary." They were not there for any type of goof or irony or anything. They were there because they fucking love InfoWars.
Ew.
Yeah, but that movie made.
Why are you friends with those people? Ew.
I'm not friends with
Tori
them.
doesn't know them.
I don't know them. It was at a movie theater.
It's in a movie theater. It's a fucking.
I thought that you said that the person that you were going with to the movie was like, no, we should really go see it.
No. They're just people in a movie theater. I was gonna say, I'm not just friends with every person. You don't put that stress on me. Where like if someone's yelling at the waiter at a restaurant, like, why are you at the restaurant with that guy? Huh? Why are you with him? Do you like him? And it's like, don't put that on me. I don't know him. I just walked in with him.
Okay, that's not what I was saying. I had misunderstood the situation.
Well, understand better, dipshit.
I can't. I'm a woman.
I thought this thing would be funnier to go see in theaters rather than pirate it. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have I gave money to that, and I feel deeply regretful. I feel like I should contact John Marcus Theaters and try and get my money back and say that, this was harmful propaganda.
Yeah, but then the theater loses money and not Alex Jones. Alex Jones made the money then.
The best way to compensate for this, Tori, is to just give me $5.
Give a trans person $5.
That makes sense. Honestly, that's fair.
My favorite Alex Jones fact is that he was touting like anti-trans propaganda bullshit, right? And then like in the same segment on his show, they showed his phone screen when like they went to an overhead of him like trying to peddle his new app. And there was transgender porn on his phone. That was pretty cool.
It's factually the straightest way to watch porn.
What?
Yeah, it's a real thing that happened.
It's the straightest way to watch porn. You wouldn't get it.
Holy shit.
And
what
his excuse was some shit was like, my phone was hacked or some fucking dumb shit like
China.
that.
I don't know.
China got on my phone.
It's hot. All right. It's hot.
I just don't think they should have rights.
She has an absolutely gorgeous cock. Okay. There's no way around it.
So do we want to switch topics? Are we done talking about Alex Jones and your terrible choice?
We're done. I just had to get it off my chest. I had to come clean to everyone.
I got some questions for Tori.
There's a history of alt-right propaganda in my history now where I'm watching it, and I'm scared that if I don't keep checking in with myself, at some point it's not going to be funny or ironic. I'm not going to be in on the joke anymore.
Yeah, and I appreciate you checking in, coming up for air every so often. But maybe you should like not go so deep every so often. Maybe you
should come up for air, but you don't need to dive so deep.
Yeah, you don't need to go to the bottom of the Marianas Trench, my guy, to see the coral reef.
But there's something so sweet about it. Something so enticing.
You don't have to learn all the secrets of the candy factory. You can just, like go in, get a sample, and come back and say, hey, look at this sample I got. Now, let me ask you this, Tori. Did you get popcorn during the movie? Did you treat yourself? Did you treat it like a date for yourself? You get some popcorn, some candy, a nice drink?
Was this a cinema experience for you?
I did not. I didn't want to treat it like that. I was studying, okay? I was studying this wild beast of a man in his natural habitat.
Plus, with the cost of inflation, popcorn might have been $20.
Yeah, popcorn under Biden is pretty unaffordable.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Maybe that's a good thing. Hey, Joe Biden made the Alex Jones movie too expensive to go to, so it flopped.
Yeah, that's not far off from some shit.
It's all an inside job, actually. Hold on, now that I think about it, Joe Biden is making inflation go up so people don't go to movie theaters.
Yeah.
And they don't go see my movie.
And what's in movie theaters right now? My movie. Coincidence? I think not.
There's something that's so funny about, there's something that just feels inherently wrong about going to the movie theater and, having, a thing of nachos while you watch the Alex Jones documentary.
Yeah.
It seems like something where you kind of have to, if you're, reading something or, doing something for research, just kind of, obviously, I disagree with this. Shake your head every so often in the movie theater. This is
yeah, but
bad.
if you're just casually enjoying it with nachos, I totally get what you're saying.
When I walked out of the theater, the whole cleaning crew of it's a bunch of 16 to 18-year-olds that are just trying to, make some money this summer. They're all waiting out there to go in and sweep the floor and stuff like that. And they all looked at me and my buddy as we're walking out of Alex's war. And so I had to look at my friend and just to clear my name, I had to look and go, that was the worst documentary ever, right? Trying to be look, I'm not with them. I'm not with them.
No. That was the worst thing you could have done. That was the worst thing. Because that made you sound like a diehard Alex fan. They could have represented him.
Oh, fuck, I didn't even think about it that way. God damn it.
You dumb fuck.
You biffed the fucking line. Now they think you're even worse than you are.
Oh, no. I really hope that they know I meant it that. Fuck that.
They didn't.
Fuck that human frog. I hate him.
The first thing I thought when you said that was, oh, damn. Usually it's so much better than
oh,
this.
Dude, Alex is just misrepresented in this film.
No. It was a puff piece. He was misrepresented, but that makes it a bad thing.
Yeah, but they didn't watch it. You did.
The kids don't know that.
Fuck.
They just know that you went to see some crazy right winger and their fucking
You're on a list.
film.
You're on a list right
God
now,
damn it.
Tori.
All right. Okay. Fuck. Okay. Last thing I want to say about this movie. Do y'all remember a few years ago when someone they basically did What If Bon Iver sang Alex Jones lyrics? Like Alex Jones, like sentences, but they put it into like a Bon Iver style indie song. Yeah. They put that song in the
you know
film
what? Yeah.
in its entirety.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did,
Jesus.
baby. Or maybe not in its entirety, but at least like two and a half minutes of it.
That's beyond fucking parody at this point.
It's beyond parody, and also not a chance they got the rights to use that song, but
even
also
a
not
little
a
bit.
chance that YouTuber knows that it's in Alex's
Oh my
war.
God.
No, not unless someone tells them. But then someone would have to admit that they went and saw it and gave it money. And that person might have to be you, Tori.
You might
No,
have to bite
that's
the
all
bullet
right,
on
because
this
after
one.
I saw it, I also listened to a podcast that is like a show that is dedicated to debunking Alex Jones. And the boys at Knowledge Fight did contact the YouTube channel and let them know.
Okay.
So I think we'll be covered.
Incredible. I had
It's
no
beautiful.
idea that existed. Fucking Knowledge Fight. Oh, that's so good. That's the fucking equivalent of Tyler countering my fucking superpowers. Alex
Yeah.
Jones is just like, I want a podcast. Those guys are like, no, I don't want Alex to have a podcast. I want my podcast instead.
Yeah, it's a beautiful show. You should check it out.
Knowledge Fight. Fuck. So I can see the future, apparently. Or at the very least, alternate realities.
That's a weird thing to drop just so randomly.
Does my penis get bigger?
I'm not sure. Probably
Does
not.
Tori's
but
dad come back?
again, not sure. So
You're like
I
the
was
worst
listening-
soothsayer.
Just listen. I'm still wrapping my head around these powers that I have learned that I have now.
Like
so-
Tori likes to wrap his mouth around heads. Am I right?
Hey, yo. Anyway, I listen to old episodes of the show sometimes, just kind of get in the mindset of like what the show is and like matching the energy, right? And I was re-listening to episode 99, Bryce Sunshine. And I know we don't like to
Classic.
classic episode. I know we don't
Bryce
like to bring
Sunshine,
up
the weatherman. Mhm.
Yes,
Cult
I don't.
classic.
I know we don't like to bring up past bits on newer episodes to alienate the viewers, but fuck it, whatever. Because in this episode, we talk during a health hack segment about reality shifting. Do either of you remember what reality shifting was?
Yeah, it's where teens on TikTok lay down and they think they're in Hogwarts.
Exactly. And
Oh my God.
during that bit, you, Tyler, were unemployed because of COVID. And also,
Well, I was
during-
unemployed by choice, okay? I was just
Yes,
using
I
the
understand.
excuse COVID because I'm a piece of shit.
Right. But the bottom line is you were unemployed.
Yeah. Well, I just
And-
wanted my girlfriend to pay all of the rent. I was kind of sick of paying it.
Yeah.
I didn't like
and
it.
During that bit, I made the joke that Tyler, you were going to reality shift from a reality from where you are unemployed to where you make six figures. And we had a good laugh about it. And I paused the episode and went, holy fuck, I predicted the goddamn future.
Yeah, I make six figures at Subway. I just wanted to, I want to let the audience know. I don't have like a higher management job or anything. I just make the sandwiches so fucking good. So like this is the
fucking
best
good.
artist we've ever had in our employ.
You make them wet and slippery so that it's easy to slide that rubber meat down.
Yum, yum, yum. So I was thinking it'd be fun to ask me questions to see if I can be clairvoyant in something in the future. So make this episode a little bit more of a time capsule.
Oh, something people can touch back to in 2 years, 3 years, and be like, oh, okay, shit, that's right. Okay, so you're sort of an Alex Jones as well.
Yes, but a good one. And not,
How do you
know,
define it? Where
I don't
where does good
think-
end and bad begin?
As a baseline, I don't think Sandy Hook was a staged operation. That's a
That's
pretty
a good baseline. That's a pretty good
fucking
start.
baseline.
Pretty
You know
good
what? Actually,
start.
that's a wicked. Wait, what am I saying? That's a wicked easy baseline to hit. That is like one of the like.
Almost no one said that Sandy Hook was a false flag.
Yeah,
Like, it was like one guy.
Which is just Which is just showing you how fucking bad Alex Jones is and how good I am in comparison.
But we can't say like we can't say like, oh, I don't set homeless shelters on fire, therefore I am good. You know, like there's got to be a little more something.
I think we could.
Yeah, but there's so much room in there where it's like, yeah, I don't set homeless shelters on fire. I do kick my neighbor's car every single night when they go to bed, and I make dents in it.
Yeah, but it's a Tesla. Fuck them.
Okay. You know what? That's fair. Wise.
Call me a head priestess, please, because back 30,000 years ago.
No, it's Tater. It's Tater.
Like
Wise.
potato without the po.
God, shut the fuck up.
It's wise Tater.
No, stop. 30,000 years ago, I would have been hailed as a priestess that could commune with the gods, and I would get high all day and give people advice because I was trans.
Yeah, but now you're just Tater, though, aren't you?
Do you want to take a nip of psilocybin before you do some soothsaying, or are you just gonna go in sober, go in raw?
I've had one fucking Jack and Coke. That should be fine, right?
You're basically on the fourth dimension now.
Mm-hmm. I could get some edibles in me, but those won't kick in until after the podcast.
It's gonna take a long. We're gonna have to take a long hiatus on this. So let's just stick with one. So yeah, Jack and Coke
I'm already tuned into the cosmos.
Hey, let me see that cup of Jack and Coke. Yeah, down it. Whatever's left in it, fucking down it right now. We'll get all the residual
swallow
alcohol.
All the ice cubes.
They've absorbed some amount of alcohol. We're gonna get as much alcohol as we can possibly get you right now, and we're gonna go.
I have ascended. Please.
Oh, wise
approach my
Tater.
throne. Don't call me that.
Please, oh, wise Tater.
It's like potato without the po.
It's potato without the po. But like, because your name is Tay, and it's like.
Do you want advice or not?
Tatar.
Ask the question.
I'm actually curious from earlier. Does Tori's dick get bigger?
Let's see.
Am I gonna marry a pretty girl?
Let me answer both of those independently from each other. In several realities, Tori's penis actually gets smaller. But
That's this reality.
No, it is a very small subset of realities that will likely not happen. It's still possible, but it's very unlikely. Now, are you going to marry a pretty woman? I have met your current girlfriend, and I gotta say, I can't say much.
Why are you hitting on Tori's girlfriend?
Because she's hot.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Do it.
It seems inappropriate.
I'm fucking shove you to the ground.
Do it, pussy. I'm
shit out of you.
I'm a temple priestess. You'll get fucked up by my guards.
Temple Priestess Tater.
All right. What year do they make the Costco hot dogs cost more than $1.50?
That is going to be around 2102.
God damn.
Because the water wars will be in full effect at that point when the world is, fighting for fresh water. And
I thought it would be cooler. Like it was like one big kind of like nerf, like kind of like a squirt gun war.
Oh,
No.
that would have been kind of cool.
That would
or like
be really
all
cool.
vegetation was like those flowers that you attach your hose to as a kid that like whap around and spray. You know what I'm talking about?
Funny that you mentioned that. In reality 42A, in the year 2201, I believe it is. That is correct, Tori.
That's fucking awesome. Can't wait for that. I'm gonna get so wet.
Tell me like a current event. Like are kids still reality shifting? Are they still believing that they're in Hogwarts?
I mean, I haven't followed it too much, and I haven't seen too much of it on my TikTok timeline. And I get weird fucking TikToks on my timeline, so probably not, no.
Because they really convinced themselves that like they were laying down and just like daydreaming, and they're like, only 1% of the population can do this. And it's like, what, daydream? Like,
Well, let's put it this way, Tyler. When's the last time you heard about reality shifting?
you right now. And before you right now, episode 99 of the podcast, Bryce Sunshine.
So can you conclude that all of them did reality shift out
They
of
all
here?
holy fuck, they all reality shifted out of my fucking way, which is actually like
That's a
probably the
benefit
best.
to the humanity, basically.
everyone who wanted to be in Hogwarts, like they didn't need to be here. Like, let's just put it that they didn't need to be here. They were like, what house are you in? Shut up. Just shut up.
Tyler's house is Hufflepuff, by the way.
Because in like 9 years, you are going to be one of those teens who likes to reality shift into Hogwarts. It's going to be a weird spiral, a weird turn for the brand.
In
Correct.
9 years, I'm going to be a teen?
Yeah, you're going to be like a teen.
Yeah, you're going to have teen spirit, teen energy. Tyler's big teen energy.
Big teen energy.
Reality shifts to Hogwarts and is a Hufflepuff.
My Twitter @name did used to be @true90steen, and I was just kind of seeing what it was up to. If someone scooped that up, someone did scoop it up, and they got like a really disappointing account. Like they're just actually trying to be like, does anyone remember this? And it's like, no, that's not how you treat True 90s Teen. True 90s Teen was ironic. You got to keep that alive.
Yeah, got to keep the spirit up.
But anyway, that makes sense that my brand would go back to maybe some cool teen stuff. Seems like Harry Potter's going to have a resurgence. That seems weird with how many like queer teens are outspoken on how much they hate J.K. Rowling online. It's weird that it's going to get a reboot.
The thing is,
yeah, what happens, Tay?
Okay.
Like what happens where it gets popular again?
I shouldn't talk about this because it's kind of classified information, but J.K. Rowling does die in about 5 to 10 years.
But then they all love Harry Potter again?
Yes, because the original creator is dead and they can reclaim it as their own. Hey, do y'all see that the Quidditch Association changed the name of their game?
What could they possibly call chase ball?
Broom
see. Ball. Nerd ball.
Snitches get stitches.
That's a good one. It's quadball now. So
that's somehow nerdier.
That's somehow nerdier.
So
yeah.
quadball now has a dead name, which I'm sure that JK is super happy with.
It is fucking buck wild to me that like every college in the country has this unofficial fucking Quidditch league. That's the nerdiest shit I've ever heard in my life.
It is so fucking nerd. Like, at this point in my life, I can't listen to the nerdiest shit someone will say anymore and, like, pretend to be interested. Like, I can no longer upkeep, like, if someone is explaining their very dorky interest to me, I can no longer, like, go along and ask more questions. I'll be like, oh, that's really cool. And I'll leave it. I can no longer be nice enough to be like, how's that work?
I can confirm that because anytime I'm over at Tyler's house and I bring up even the smallest thing that I'm into at the moment, he's just like, and then like leaves the
conversation. It's only because it's always Pokemon, Tay. And
it's
look,
not always Pokemon.
You gotta cut. But we already have a society.
It's a lot of Pokemon, but it's not all Pokemon.
It's mostly Pokemon. But we have a society that is so saturated already with sports that were not invented in a fantasy world, right? Like we already have fucking football and baseball
real
and hockey and soccer and all this stupid shit where people are psychotic dorks about it who paint their faces and wear the jersey of the player they like, and they go there and they make their whole identity about how much into these fucking sports teams they are. We don't need extra fantasy sports coming in that have
like
names
literally
like
fantasy.
Literally fantasy sports.
Yes, that's what I mean. Like, not fantasy baseball, but like sports from a fantasy world, like fucking Quidditch coming in and being like, yeah, we're the fucking Hugglepugs and we're the fucking Hog Boys, like whatever they're called.
We're the Hog Boys. We're so good at
okay,
we're so good
I
at
would be a
quadball.
Hog Boy stan, probably.
Oh, dude, the fucking snitch getter on the Hog Boys really got a good season this year. I hope they don't trade him to the witches.
Like sports culture is already pretty dorky, and like I think we've just all kind of we're used to it because it's the mainstream, right? Like it's popular. But when someone goes further than that, goes further into the dorkiness of like, yeah, I paint my face for this, paint my chest for it. Like my fucking sedan in my garage is decked out in decals of my favorite team, and also I pretend to fly on a broom.
Yeah.
We don't need that aspect of it. It's already dorky as hell.
Yeah, like it's already the worst if you have a fucking fat head of Tim Tebow in your bedroom and as a 48-year-old man, the last thing we need is you having fucking Rupert Grint on a broom.
Not even just like who's that on the broom? Oh, that's Chase Bentleyton. He's the number one quadball player for Northern Alabama. Like a real guy.
I'm really into NCAA Quidditch.
Yeah, hey, don't dead name it. It's quadball, bigot.
Yeah, it's quadball. Can you imagine fantasy quadball though? Like fucking how?
Yeah, I can. It's in the movies.
No, I mean like you know how like 40-year-old men will just be like, yeah, I got a fantasy football team. I built it from scratch.
that fucking Harry Potter. God damn, he broke his arm last game, but he's having a great fucking season. I tell you that. A Dementor sucked his shit up so fucking hard in the game against Hufflepuff, but that Harry Potter is a fucking animal. He's still got that snitch.
I want it to be UFC announcers that are the ones doing like the color commentary for quad ball.
Well, that would make sense because like in the fantasy sport, the bludger would like heat seek to people and like knock them out, right? So that makes sense if it was UFC people being like, oh, and the bludger comes in from left field and oh, little Timmy is on the ground.
I get the idea and I love the concept of the UFC fighter like commentary because they make it more exciting, but everyone knows the dorkiest commentary in the world for the dorkiest things. They've got to be British. We all know it. Like Doctor Who, British, Harry Potter, British. Fucking what's the sport where they throw the hard ball at the sticks? And
no, don't tell him. Don't tell him. I want him to guess.
They have a big flat board.
You know,
I don't know the rules.
Most popular sports in the entire fucking globe. Go ahead, guess.
Yeah. The bowler throws the ball.
Yeah.
What's that sport called, Tyler?
No idea, because it's nerdy and British.
No.
I also can't remember.
You can't remember what that sport is called?
Crab apples.
No.
Pit board smack.
No.
Pip, the big board.
This is like the third most popular sport in the world.
Okay, first it's the most popular, now it's the third most popular. Where are we landing here?
All right, I'll look it up. Hold on.
Is this just an ego stroke for being like, I know a thing, guys. I know a thing.
I know a fact.
I know a thing. Everyone look at me.
A dorky fact.
Yes. Okay, yeah, it's the second most popular sport in the world.
Yeah, but it's British, so like...
But you can't fucking name it?
Yeah, but it's British. Why do I care?
Cricket.
Thank you. Fuck.
I thought cricket was darts.
No, what the fuck do you mean you thought it was darts?
Because that's what they call, like, some of the dart games. It's cricket.
What? Yeah, because it has the same scoring method as cricket.
Oh. Is that how they score?
Pretty sure.
I don't know. It's nerdy and British.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Like Doctor Who and Harry Potter.
So anyway, that was me telling the future.
What's your prediction there? Cricket's going to get a little bit more popular, maybe a little bit less.
Cricket's going to take number one slightly.
No.
A slight number two is
quad ball's taking number one.
Over football? I don't think so.
The sport where people have to like hold on to a broomstick and like kind of like jump to be like, no, like I'm kind of like fly. Like if I jump fast enough, it kind of gives the illusion that I'm flying. And it's like, buddy, it looks like you're dry humping a goddamn Swiffer. Like, let's not do this.
Yeah.
See, the difference is I don't know if they still do that or if they've just completely eliminated the broom and kept like the ball scoring system and are playing like 4 different games of soccer.
That's just handball then. That's already a sport.
Right, but like there are 4 separate balls with different point scoring and whatever. Because like I don't follow fucking Quidditch or sorry, quad ball. If you fucking
bigot.
I am
bigot.
a big yeah. Fuck, that's a good bit. I don't follow the actual like rules or anything, so they probably like got rid of the brooms a long time ago because it looks stupid.
I don't know if
It'd be funnier to watch a bunch of co-eds running around just trying to stay mounted on their libmen as they're throwing fucking rubber balls around.
True, but
whoa, he's got the Swiffer Wet Jet 3000.
Whoa. I'm not gonna look that one up because
it's the most aerodynamic light broom in the world. He's gonna cut through the air while he throws the snitch.
if they do still do the brooms, they probably have like regulations.
rankings.
Yeah, broom rankings and regulation brooms.
Yeah, absolutely. Because some people, if you're playing indoors, like let's say during the winter, they're doing their training, right? They're playing indoors on like a basketball court or something like that. And you have a Swiffer wet jet and you're blasting down some of that slippery fluid. That's probably going to be an illegal move.
Or maybe honestly, the sport would be a little bit more redeemable if it wasn't an illegal move.
At least they're doing a little bit of cleaning while they're actually like helping the university while they're at it for letting them use their fucking beautiful facilities. This is a D1 college, gang. Let's have a little bit of humility here, okay?
Let's have a little bit of respect.
We only get an hour in this gym before the wrestling team kicks us out and beats us all up for doing so.
Right. It's unofficial that we're here. We're not here on we didn't have this rented out. We're just borrowing it while the team is suiting up.
If Nick Saban found out that Alabama couldn't use the facility an hour earlier because the quadball, formerly known as Quidditch team, was using the facilities, he would firebomb it, and he'd have everyone in Alabama would help him storm the university.
I can't wait for the controversy about paying quadball players while they're in college.
I can't wait until we get canceled for our outdated opinions on quadball.
I can't wait till we get quadball scandals where the coaches were bribed by Big Broom.
No, they were slipping illegal substances in the Swiffer wet jets. So when they were cleaning the floor, it actually like burned the soles of the shoes a little bit for the other players.
Made them sticky.
They put some baby oil in there or something, made it hard to get traction.
Or just the classic, they were just all doping.
No, they were just a bunch of jacked ass quad ball players.
Whoa, what's that magical potion? Dude, it's just blood thinner. Fucking stop being a weirdo. We're going to win this game because we're going to dope.
I'm on 10 times the legal amount of tea. That's it.
Did you get that from Professor McGonagall? Dude, shut the fuck up and take the drugs.
That would be the weirdest dichotomy, is that like just these buff cut quad ball players, but then when they speak, just the dorkiest things come, like just super athletic looking build, just tough, pushing people away. But then when they talk, all right, who's got the snitch? Who's bringing out the bludgeoners?
The cheerleading squad is called the Wand Wenches, and they come out and do a magical performance at halftime.
Okay, I need you guys to just bear with me on this because I know my British accent is fucking horrible, but I'm going to attempt to do a British John Madden describing the plays of what's happening on the field. All right, so you see, you got this team here, and they're going to go through this way and get the bludger. And the bludger is going to go to midfield, and it's a really brilliant play. Drawing X's and yellow markers on the screen.
Yeah, they stop. They're doing the instant replays and shit.
Yeah. I mean, you don't need John Madden. There are already British announcers that we can get.
But
we don't have to go through the effort of resurrecting John Madden and then making him British. That seems like a big startup cost.
Yeah. Dude, this is quad ball.
Worth it.
Come on.
Fucking John Madden, my guy.
We got to get this sport off the ground.
To make it legitimate, to legitimize the sport, we okay, you want to play a game where you're all wizards and magic? Then you just huck a blanket and this is the decomposing dead body of John Madden. If you're really magical,
Madden.
If you're really magical, resurrect him on this gym floor right now and make him British. Then we'll pay for it.
I really hope they add some new modes to Quadball 2K22.
Like the career mode.
Yeah, something like a managerial mode or something like that. Because the game's already
Quadball Manager 2016.
Yeah. That was a good year, too. A lot of good rookies entered that season.
Yeah. I mean, there was that, that was the year where they had that controversial, weed smoking rule. you know,
Where they all had to be stoned while playing.
yeah.
It was illegal to be sober.
It was illegal to be sober because they really needed to hallucinate the flight. Like you needed to like make them as unsteady as possible to really simulate the unease on the brooms. Especially with like the wet mops that they were all carrying on them. Like no one could get their balance. It was some of the bravest men died on that field in 2016. Okay.
They play for keeps. They're playing for pinks when you step out on the quadball pitch.
For what the fucking
It's do or die. How bad do you want to live in this universe? How bad do you want a reality shift playing quadball? Okay?
It also seems like the most boring of fantasy fucking sports to bring into the real. Like I feel like there's so many better ones. Tron bikes would be fucking
bring
rad.
Tron bikes into the real world, dipshit. Figure that out. How are you going to do that?
I don't know.
You know, quadball is a thing where they're flying around on fucking brooms because they are literal wizards and witches, and they have to catch a golden ball that has fucking wings on it.
Right, but they adapted it into an actual sport that humans can play. Whereas a Tron bike, you cannot do that in real life without causing major bodily harm, which actually, now that I think about it, I'm on board.
We just said they're playing life or death on that quadball pitch.
True. Okay, yeah.
They have to comment. Oh, a brilliant move. Oh, the bludgeoner. He's just keep going. Oh, he just won't stop. The referee won't stop the play either. No one's going to stop this. They love this bloody sport. Oh my goodness, they're going to need to draft 4 more rookies for the next game. Oh, a massacre on the pitch today.
People are just sharpening the tips of their brooms and fucking ramming. Like,
oh, it's a brilliant header. And by header, I mean he did decapitate 2 people.
Took his head right off, he did. Yeah, that'd be Tron. I think Tron bikes would also be a fun one though. But like, at what point is Tron bikes just the sport of like motocross racing?
Yeah, but they don't have the intention. Right. Like that's a race. They don't have the intention of like kind of like what's that game called? Worm, where they like cut each other off with the trails, like the Tron bikes. Yeah, Snake. Yeah.
It's like competitive Snake, but on road bikes, and that's sick.
Tron bikes are just competitive Snake on bikes. And so their goal is not, I need to like win a race. The goal is to like strategize, fuck over the opponent. Competition.
Or even like, we could think bigger about this concept too. Like they could, if you want to talk about like nerdy properties to make sports out of, do fucking Maze Runner. Just professional people who have to work their way who have to spend 3 years working their way out of a deadly maze.
Tori, let me ask you this. Were you forced to watch Maze Runner because your girlfriend likes Dylan O'Brien?
My girlfriend at the time liked Dylan O'Brien when the first movie came out in theaters.
I was going to say, because that to me is the nerdiest shit. I have no fucking concept of what Maze Runner is. I know it's a young adult novel. Nothing past that. That one seems nerdy.
Hey, Tyler, they're in a maze and they have to get out. That's it.
Cool.
Competitive maze solving. That sounds cooler than quadball.
Oh, yeah. Anything is cooler than quadball. Let me ask you this. Are the people solving the mazes, are they British? Is it a British sport?
Because there's actors in it that are British, but we're doing American accents.
If they're doing American accents, that's America, baby.
Yeah, that's American.
All right, fucking cut it. Maze Runner gone.
No. Maze Runner, we're chill with it. It's American. We love when it's made on
okay, so that's ours. That's ours.
That's ours.
We get that one. Okay, great. We have American Ninja Warrior. Let's just go full fucking Tarzan. Do it in the jungle, bitch.
Yeah, but we're so deforested. We don't have any jungles left in America.
Oh, shit. If we commodify that, it's just going to be more reason. Or maybe it would encourage like reforestation because they have to build all of these like jungles for American Tarzan Warrior.
We have to, while we're creating these sports, we have to make them genderless sports because A, come on, let's just do it. Yeah. And B, because how else do we elevate like women's leagues as they exist right now, is to just like make it international competition. Because, like, think about it this way. Like, no one gives a fuck about, like, women's leagues. That's not a dig on the women's leagues. That's just, like, the average American knows nothing about women's leagues that are happening.
They don't get the notoriety that the male counterparts get.
No. But
it's gotta be co-ed right off the bat.
So if we want like co-ed sports, we got to make it right off the bat, or like implement it by making it international competition, because like we think about like something like fucking F1, not super American and entirely male dominated. You know how we make it co-ed? We're like, hey, everyone over there right now, there's not a single fucking American on that grid. We bring in fucking Michaela Johnson to smash Max Verstappen. Everyone's going to be like, USA, USA, let's go,
white,
baby.
blue,
They don't
baby,
care.
These colors don't run.
They don't care about gender anymore. Suddenly it's about, fuck up that Dutch boy.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
That's a good point.
We see it with the Olympics all the time.
Oh,
It like
yeah.
doesn't
True.
fucking matter. Like
It doesn't matter if you're representing the country.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like I know in the Olympics they do split it up, by gender, but like there are a couple where they don't.
Yeah,
right?
there's mixed track and field.
Yeah. And those are just way better.
Where suddenly it doesn't matter. It's not like, well, the girls are at such a biologically the girls are at a no. They're just like, that woman right there is an American hero. Okay? I would take a bullet for her and every person on that team.
Funny
They're
that you
tough
mentioned
sons of bitches.
Funny that you mentioned bullets there, because like isn't the shooting team, don't they have a bunch of like female athletes that are just like absolutely cracked out of their mind?
I would love to see them play Apex or something. I
Oh,
would just
right?
fucking love it.
Right?
Just get fully cracked.
Esports. Should we just make esports real?
That's just called war.
That's just war. Competitive
fair.
war.
Yeah.
War.
Ranked war.
USA! USA!
We already compete and we already win. We have the biggest budget.
Isn't non-lethal competitive war just paintballing?
Or airsoft, yeah.
Yeah, but again, then we get into fucking nerd fantasy territory.
I
where
know,
it's
that's
like,
what I'm
yeah,
talking about. Like, I don't know if that's not good either. Like, esports should just stay esports unless we make like games that aren't just about
Or we make it,
armies shooting each other.
we either make better games or we make esports a triathlon where they have to like, first they have to win at competitive Smash, then they have to
Oh,
move
there
on
you
to
go.
like Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, okay.
And then they
Okay,
have
yeah,
to
you have to do a
gauntlet of
speed run
sorts.
of Super Mario
It's-
World. You have
It's
to,
a triathlon. Then you got to like speed run Breath of the Wild, like
Nintendo
all the way
did
through.
that already. Yeah, Nintendo had the Nintendo World Championships back in like the 80s or some shit. Where a
Yeah,
bunch
they
of
did do
kids-
that already. They
yeah,
did
where
do
the
that
bunch
already.
of kids played like a shit ton of games across a couple of
God
weeks.
damn you, Miyamoto-san. You fucking beat me to it.
You crazy
genius.
son of a bitch.
You crazy son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. He actually
Imagine
did it.
how
Now they have
fucking-
Mario World. They have a fucking Disney World for Mario now.
Imagine how fucking hype that would be today, too. They were just too ahead of their time.
They got to bring that shit back. For
They do.
real.
They did for a year as like a promotional thing, but they didn't continue for whatever fucking reason. You know what else shouldn't continue? The show. So go ahead and leave a like, favorite, comment, and a review. Really helps us out, gets us into curated lists, helps spread us around. And if you want to be on the show, at least in spirit, go ahead and join our Discord and drop us a question. We like answering questions from fans, and that's the best way to interact with us.
It is. You can also go over to shapelessmedia.com, which is going to take us to the YouTube channel that corresponds with this podcast, where you can find not only this show, but hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other videos that you can find and that you are going to like. I think we're coming up on 9,000 subscribers, so I think it's about time we do, we probably should do another Q&A soon. So if you
Probably.
have any questions you'd like to ask us about the channel, the podcast, how we create content, or just anything about us, you can also drop those in the comments of this video. And, we might answer them on our next Q&A.
Now, you want to support the show with your own topics, but do you also want to support the show financially? Here's the dream, is that you support the show financially by buying what's called pod decks that will help you out with your very own podcast. gives us some money on the side. Therefore, we can create competitive tandem bicycling. That's the fantasy sport that we want to bring into the world. It's competitive tandem bicycling. So you take tandem bicycling, and then the person in the back is the jouster. The person in the front is the shielder. This is a 3-person tandem bicycle because we're going to create the league and dominate it because we're just making the rules based on however we play. And then maybe the person in the middle has a gun. Maybe on our team they have a gun and no one else is allowed to have one. So if you want to make this a reality, go to poddex.com. Use code SWORDWATCH at checkout. You're going to get 10% off your first order. You're going to get these funny decks of cards that are going to, give you some like what if questions, like similar to what we had with fantasy sports. So if, you want to start your very own podcast, go to Poddex. And Tori, would you please give us an example of what one of those pod decks are like so that the audience can know the heat that they're bringing, they're incentivized to buy, and then we can get to competitive tandem bicycling.
We can fund our operation. Yeah, so you ready for the pod deck last laugh?
Yep.
Yeah.
If you could kiss one celebrity, who would it be?
Can I say Harry Potter?
No.
Can you do fiction?
No, because it's what?
Apparently you fucking can, though, okay? Because they made Quidditch real.
Don't dead name it, bigot.
Whoa,
Bigot.
you piece of shit.